Okay, so for this video what we're going to look at is assessing quad weakness in the squat. So I'm just going to take you through what that would look like first, and we'll talk about it a bit after. So we're going to descend to about 90 degrees, and then coming up we get stuck, and then we can't finish the lift. So what's going on here? Well, basically what's happening is once we hit 90 degrees and a little bit below, we're in the hole, and then as we start to come up, if we're able to stay in an upright position, then our glutes are doing their job. So one of their main functions is keeping us in an extended position and not letting us pitch forward. So if that's not the case, and we're able to stay upright, and we get stuck in what would normally be thought of as a mechanically advantageous position, what's happening here are the knee extensors aren't able to finish their lift, so the quadriceps. So what should be happening here is, I'll circle that again, but the muscles that attach at the knee joint right here are responsible for extending the knee. So basically bringing our leg from this angle to this angle. So what should be happening is, if we see a proper squat, we are able to extend the knee. So this joint just caused this leg angle to go from here to here. I'll just slow that down again. So the knee extends and puts us into a locked-out position versus the weakness, which will take us from here up, where we get stuck, we can't extend the knee, and then we end up just failing the lift. So let's talk about where the quads are the strongest. So if I bring us down to 90 degrees again, studies have shown that the quads are at peak tension from 90 to 80 degrees. So, I mean, that's a little bit off, but you get the idea. It's above parallel is where the quads start to become really, really tense, and they start to perform most of their actions. So for failing lifts at above parallel, we're looking at a quad weakness, as long as we're not pitching forward. So a couple things we can do to correct that would be double pause squats or pause squats above parallel. So I'll take you through the first one. So let's say we're squatting and we're trying to work on our quad strength. What we can do is, on the way down, we pause above parallel, so about here. We continue the rep, and then on the way up, we pause in the same area, and then finish the rep. If that's too difficult and you're not used to pause squatting, what we can do is just do a single pause squat. So on the way down, pause here, hit 90 degrees or below, and then finish the rep. Another good exercise would be pin squats above parallel. So if you're in a squat rack and you are able to set up safeties on the side, what you can do is above parallel, maybe about right here, you would set the safeties up where the barbell would rest. So here, this white dot is where the bar would be, and we just rest it on those safety pins for a couple seconds, and then we break inertia and stand up. Another couple things you can do is you can try front squatting. So the reason why this is effective is because if I bring us down here to a deep position of the squat, you can see our back angle is like this. In a front squat, it's not going to be the case because the barbell is going to have to rest on the front of your collarbone and on the front of your shoulders. So your back will be more upright. So maybe about here, as opposed to that more bent over position. And what this will do is it'll shift your knees from being, let's say, in this position here. They would be farther forward if you had the ankle mobility to be able to do it. And it would end up being more so out here. And the reason why that's harder to do, or that's harder on the quads, is because the distance between the bar and the knee angle is greater. So that would increase the moment arm, so the quads would have to work harder to be able to squat the weight up. If you're not comfortable with front squats, what you can do is you can also try leg press, because it isolates the legs and the knee extensor position, so that above parallel position. Give those a shot. Hope this was informative, and thanks for listening.